Let's see some ID, pal.
AM 1610, KMPC Pondsburg.
The station that reaches the beaches and rocks the shores.
Welcome back. My name is Kevin. I am going to be reading a story. 1 month ago, my mother did a really crazy thing. She has been driving my dad nuts, asking for a new garage doors. The old ones were so bad that we had to stand on a chair to close the door. The paint was all peeled off, and there was plywood where there was windows. One day, my dad brought new doors and put them without telling my mom. She was so surprised and happy after waiting 20 years for new ones. One night, 2 weeks later, my mom was taking me to music class. As we were backing out to the road, I told my mom I forgot my shoes. She pulled back up. I jumped out as she got to the porch. I yelled, "The car is still moving." She came running back. I jumped out as she jumped in. She missed the brake and hit the gas, and the car went fast into the new garage door. It took the door right off into my dad's motorcycle and car that were in the garage. I could not believe what I just saw. All she did was back out, told me to get in, and took me to music. When we got back home, my dad was in the yard jumping up and down on the garage door, cursing at my mom about what happened to the door and his motorcycle. At the same time, my mom had an interview with new parents for her daycare. They pulled in and saw the mess and pulled right back out. It was the funniest thing. I had to laugh watching my dad jumping up and down on the door to flatten it. He did put it back up. We just can't open the door, so it's no better than the old one. Maybe Mom will get a new one in another 20 years, but she's not asking anymore. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Now I'm Cameron Newkirk talking about a new game for the outdoors. So today I'm going to tell you about a game that's called Over the Tarp and Into the Woods. I went to the trading post and bought a hacky sack and started throwing it on a slanted tarp. Then someone told me to throw it to the other side, so I did. Then we started to throw it back over the tarp over and over again, and more people joined in. However, everyone was so hyper about throwing the ball that they tried to steal it from the other person. Then people threw the ball, not knowing how hard they were throwing it, and it went into the woods. That's how I got the name Over the Tarp and Into the Woods. The materials that you need for this game are a ball, a two-way slanted tarp that is at least 1 yard tall, 6 people, and the objective is to be the last team standing. The rules are you have to have a maximum of 3 people on each side of the tarp, which means that there are 2 teams of 3. To get out of the game, throw the ball so it misses at least one side of the tarp, or if the ball lands on the ground, the first person to touch the ball and whoever touched it last is out. And if you threw it under, you're out. Thank you.
Thanks, Cameron. My name's Chris. I'm going to be talking about gossip. Let's play a game called True or False. True or false? Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez are still dating. False. Selena said she hated him on the television. Next one. True or false? Is Lady Gaga crazy? False. She's only acting weird for more publicity. That's all I have for you now for some music.
Dum da dum da dum da dum da da dum da dum da dum da dum da da. into the room, passing out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar a double round of Crown, and everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same, 'cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Well, I don't give a dang about nothing. I'm singing and bling-blinging while the girls are drinking. Long necks down, and I wouldn't trade old Leroy or my Chevrolet for your Escalade or your freak parade. I'm the only John Wayne left in this town. And I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Thoroughbred, that's what she said in the back of my truck bed as I was getting buzzed on suds out on some backcountry road. We were flying high, fine as wine, having ourselves a big and rich time, and I was going just about as far as she'd let me go. But her evaluation of my cowboy reputation had me begging for salvation all night long. So I took her out gigging frogs, introduced her to my old bird dog, and sang her every Willie Nelson song I could think of, and we made love. Then I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy. What? Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Welcome back to KMPC Radio, and this is Ethan Baker with some of Mini Point Scout activities that you can either do for the rest of the week or when you come back. First, at the beach, we have canoeing, kayaking, and rowboating against a strong wind that is blowing you in the opposite direction of where you want to go and is about to blow you out of your canoe. You can also go on the awesome aqua tramp and try to get blobbed but end up slipping off and falling. Then when you actually make it to the end, you'll get blobbed by the biggest person here at Mini Point and get blobbed super, super high. There also is swimming. No matter if you are a swimmer or a beginner, you can still swim and practice for the mile swim, which is on Friday. When you go swimming, you can also use inner tubes and snorkeling items. Or if you don't want to do any of those things, you can just observe on the beach or play a fun game of volleyball. Then on the shooting range, you can go shoot a shotgun and shatter clay plates. There's archery and rifle shooting, and also tomahawk throwing. One new thing here to Mini Point that scouts can play is frisbee golf, which is a blast. Lastly, there is the climbing wall and the bouldering wall, which is awesome. And don't forget about all the troop activities, which are a total blast. If you want to do a troop activity that you didn't do this year, make sure to tell you or ask your leader to sign you up next year. This is Ethan Baker signing off.
Thanks, Ethan. Now it's time for Sports Talk. I'm Andrew Heintz. With the NFL lockout at its end, the Minnesota Vikings training camp in Mankato is in full swing. The Vikings traded for Donovan McNabb from the Washington Redskins to help out the rookie Christian Ponder, who the Vikings drafted in the first round of the 2011 NFL Draft. McNabb will be the starting QB, but that doesn't mean the Vikings will do well this season. They start their preseason on August 11th at Tennessee. The Minnesota Twins aren't doing very well either. At 7 games back of the Detroit Tigers, with the season winding down, their hope of the playoffs is going away. Kupel is batting .303 and the best on the whole team. With batting averages like that, they probably won't win too many games. But in my opinion, the bullpen is their main reason why they are losing so much. To go to the bullpen, it seems like the Twins have to be up by 4 or more runs to win because the bullpen seems to always give up a couple of runs before they finally get all the outs. Well, it looks like we're out of time. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk on AM 1610 KMPC.
Thanks, Andrew. Hi, this is Archie Steffen reporting on the movies. A few weeks ago, the final installment of one of the greatest movie sagas of the century was concluded. Of course, I'm talking about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. In this movie, Harry, Ron, and Hermione continue their search for Horcruxes and return to Hogwarts for their final battle against Voldemort. The movie is full of twists and turns that will leave you hanging on the edge of your seat. There was a smooth transition between the book and the big screen. That, combined with a well-written story and great special effects, make a must-see movie. I highly recommend this film to both devoted Potter fans and new followers of this great series. This is Archie, signing off. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Archie. This is Tanner, here to give you a music review on the latest Foo Fighters album, which is called Wasting Light. Came out a couple months ago, but it's still pretty new. They're pretty much out of the mainstream right now, which I don't get because they're a great band. But it is. Wait, can I stop? Okay. But I think it is a great album. In my opinion, it's the Foo's best release since The Color and the Shape, their second album, which contains many of their greatest hits. But I think Wasting Light is the opening to more of their. Okay. I think that this is the Foo's best release since The Color and the Shape, their second album, which has many of their greatest hits on it. I think that Wasting Light is going to be the first of many spectacular Foo Fighters albums because he says that they're ready to make many more like this one. They're one of the biggest bands right now, even though you don't see them on the cover of every other magazine, but they continue to sell out concerts all around the world, including Wembley Stadium, which seats 85,000 people 2 nights in a row. This was after the album Echoes, Patience, Silence, and Grace, which contains such classics as The Pretender and Long Road to Ruin. Echoes, Patience, Silence, and Grace was very similar to the style of the album before that, In Your Honor, which has 2 discs, the first disc being all acoustic and the second disc being the harder rocking songs. After the Wembley shows, it seemed that they couldn't get much bigger, so they decided to go home and kick back some and record their next records in Dave's garage. Dave is the front man of the Foo Fighters. They recorded it on analog equipment. No, they recorded it on tapes. Unlike most recording artists today use computers so they can fix every little mistake, they had to play it all perfect. And I think that they did really play it perfect because they have 3 guitars now. Their original guitarist, Pat Smear, with Dave Grohl, and Chris Shiflett, the other one, who Dave pretty much plays a straight-up rhythm, and Chris plays the more clean and harmonic parts. And whenever Pat Smear plugs in the guitar, it's the loud, distorted, grungy guitar sound that gets the good power chords in. Pat Smear and Dave Grohl were both in Nirvana together, so when Nirvana ended, and Dave decided he needed to get back into music, he got Pat Smear and 2 former members of the band Sunny Day Real Estate for the rhythm section, which had Nate Mendel, who has been the bassist this whole time, while the original drummer quit after The Color and the Shape because Dave had replaced his drumming parts with Dave on the drums himself because he was the former Nirvana drummer. And Taylor Hawkins, who was the Alanis Morissette drummer, has been the drummer ever since. Pat Smear quit a little bit while after the original drummer, but he's joined back in 2006 on tours, and now this is the first album he's completely appeared in since The Color and the Shape. I'm going to talk about some of the songs in the album now. The first song on the album is Bridge Burning. Bridge Burning, I think, is a great album opener and really sets the energy level for the album. It's catchy, it's complicated, and it rocks hard, just an all-over great tune. Second song is Rope. It just continues the greatness that Bridge Burning started, and all the guitars just work really together, and they even added in a guitar solo. And I'm going to skip a few songs and go to song 10 called I Should Have Known. When they started out, when they would go to interviews, everybody would ask Dave Grohl if his song was about Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, but none of them were. And the second after he wrote I Should Have Known, he realized that everybody was going to think that it was about Kurt Cobain, with lines such as, "No, I cannot forgive you yet, but I don't really know if it is or not." And then the last song, the album closer, Walk, is probably one of the greatest album closers of all time. You should listen to it to find out. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tanner. This is Mike Blazen with All Things Epic Duels, a commentary. Star Wars Epic Duels is a board game made for about 9 months in 2002. While it was not a financial success, it has cultivated and sustained a strong fan base. The gameplay has the perfect blend of simplicity and depth. There are 12 Star Wars main characters, each with either a single or 2 minor characters. They are Obi-Wan with 2 clone troopers, Darth Maul with 2 battle droids, Emperor Palpatine with 2 of his Crimson Guard, Yoda with 2 clone troopers, Count Dooku with 2 super battle droids, Mace Windu with 2 clone troopers, Anakin Skywalker with Padme, Han Solo with Chewbacca, Darth Vader with 2 stormtroopers, Luke Skywalker with Leia, Jango Fett with Zam Wesell, and Boba Fett with Greedo. Each team has a unique deck of attack, defense, and special cards. Characters must be adjacent in order to use attack cards unless they are a shooter, in which case they have lower attacks overall. Each deck has 31 cards. This consists of 9 basic low-value attack and defense cards for the minor, 10 for the major, and 12 special or more powerful attack and defense cards for either character, but typically the major character gets the majority of them. The 10 basic cards for the major are one of 5 sets. It's either red, which is the most aggressive set, blue, which is a balanced set, green, which is a defensive set, or either yellow or yellow plus, both of which are shooter sets. The minors, all of whom are shooters, have several different sets of increasing strength. They are aptly named weak, strong, strong plus, and strong plus plus. Despite the near perfection of Epic Duels, there are several issues with the game. Primarily, the game is very unbalanced, and the current balance does not corroborate what is known about the characters from the movies. For example, Darth Vader was one of the most feared Sith ever, yet he is one of the worst characters in the game. While the original 12 are the basis for the game, many players design and create custom decks to supplement gameplay. There is even now a computer program to speed up the process by assisting with graphics. The first step in designing a custom deck is to pick a character that you like from the Star Wars universe. Once you have, usually you research your character online and gather ideas and potential names for the cards of the character. Then you pick the set of basic major cards and basic minor cards. After this, you have to do the most time-consuming part. You have to design all the special and power cards. This takes the longest time because there are 12 cards which you can do almost anything with. After you have finally finished that task, you have to add pictures and figure out all the graphics. Afterwards, you can begin playtesting the deck to see how balanced it is in comparison to the rest of the characters. After tweaking and testing and changing the deck several times, you finally have a completed, balanced deck. You print it off onto cardstock and it's done. Overall, Epic Duels is a well-done and enjoyable game with fantastic game mechanics, which everyone, from newbies to experienced players, can enjoy. Thank you. Now here's Bon Jovi with Livin' on a Prayer.
Do you have trouble flipping pancakes? Are you too lazy to wake up to flip pancakes? Well, listen to this. Buy Flip Lapper Jacks, and if you call in the next 10 minutes, you will get a free bag of pancake batter. The number is 651-488-8888. This commercial is a fake. The number is a pizza place.
Welcome back to 1610 AM KMPC, Many Point Scout Camp's only radio station.
I'm River.
And I'm Andy.
And the person we will be interviewing is our SPL, Isaac.
From Troop 80.
Hello, Andy. Hello, River. How are you? Fantastic.
Jeez, Andy.
I'll start with the questions. How's Many Point this year so far, Isaac?
Well, it's been pretty good so far. I mean, I've been to 4 different camps, and I think this one has been one of the best so far. It's got pretty good roads, and I mean, the counselors have been really nice. Training post is a little small, but I mean, that's really the only bad thing. It's really small. This camp has been really nice. I hope to come back in the future.
What do you like and dislike here?
What do I like here? Especially the food. Thank you, Granny. She's been really good. I really love the food here. It's been above and beyond what I had ever expected. I mean, the only thing I've disliked here is the size of the trading post. It's kind of small, but I mean, it's got the right amount of stuff. It's just a little bit smaller, maybe a few more people to get in there. But besides that, it's not much. It's really nice.
So, what do you think of the trading post? I mean, what are the pros and cons about it?
Pros and cons, well, I think I just said some of those. The pros are definitely that it's got the right amount of stuff. It's got a good variety. I mean, you've got your slushies, they're really advertising those. You've got your candy, you've got your standard pop and Gatorade, you've got your standard shirts, you've got your standard knives and everything like that. But then they have some camping essentials that you won't find at any other trading post, like bug spray, shampoo, and sunscreen. So that's really nice to have in a trading post. Cons, it's a little bit small, 4 scouts and 4 leaders in there, but besides that, it's not that bad at all. It's pretty nice.
What do you think about the food?
Food, yes, it's awesome. I've never had as good bread at a camp, ever. The food has been really nice. I haven't really seen a bad meal yet, so yeah, it's been really nice.
What about the beach?
Beach, aqua trampoline, it's great. I mean, I'm usually a big supporter. Oh, sorry, excuse me. But I'm usually a big supporter of beaches and camps. I usually like to go there a lot. And aqua trampoline, that's nice. And they've got some flintlock stuff over there. That's pretty nice, too. So, yeah.
What do you think about outdoor skills? I've heard you've almost beaten the record.
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I'm actually 0.3 of a second off the official record of 33.31 seconds. My unofficial time is 33.63, but on the official timer at the outdoor skills, I have gotten 35.74. So that would have been a record if it weren't for this week. Someone beat the record before me about an hour and a half before I got the 33.63. So it's been really close. It's been a lot of fun. I hope to break in the one more day I have.
What's your favorite thing to do there?
Favorite thing at outdoor skills? Yeah, it's really the obstacle course thing. I just tried the basketball today. That was pretty fun, but we're playing against someone who's 6'2", so he was pretty good at it. Yeah.
On a completely different subject besides camp, what kind of sports do you play?
Basically name a sport. When I was younger, I used to play a bunch of sports competitively, but now I've kind of trimmed it down to baseball, golf, tennis, and maybe mountain biking. Our high school might make that a sport, so if they do, I will end up doing that.
Do you have any lucky objects, like a necklace, watch, shirt?
The last one is actually true, the shirt. Last year, for my brother's baseball season, this was in the summer of 2010, I wore a special shirt that had pictures of Chuck Norris all over it. And they started out the season 0-4 actually, 0-4. I wore the shirt the 5th game, and they ended up winning 26-1, so it kind of became a tradition. They ended up finishing 11-8-1, and they got to the championship game, so that was nice. They ended up signing the shirt at the end of the season.
What do you think about the archery range and stuff like that?
Archery range and rifle range. Well, just archery range. I haven't gone on the archery range yet, but I have shot the rifles. Those are really nice. Scopes and everything. That's really cool to have on a .22 caliber. I do like shooting, and that's really nice. I do like it.
Do you like anything else at camp other than that we mentioned?
yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you could really think about. There's the nature center, that's nice. The counselors have been really good. They've been very helpful and everything. And I mean, the fact that you have a radio station right next to the trading post isn't that bad either.
I've heard you can do a really good John Gordon impression. Could you give us some?
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, John Gordon is the radio announcer for the Minnesota Twins. So I am going to say what I want to happen in game number 162. The Twins are playing the Cleveland Indians. It's going to be the bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, Jim Thome up to bat, runner on third. Here we go. Perez in his windup. Thome sitting ready. Here's the pitch to Thome. He swings and hit this one deep to right field. Does this one have enough? It's back, and yes, it is gone. The Twins have won the AL Central. Thome around the bases as the dugout goes crazy. The fans are going wild as the Twins are headed to the playoffs. They'll face the Yankees. You're listening to 1610 AM, KMPC, Many Point Scout Camp's only radio station.
The winner to the Democracy and new member of the Dew family, Glacier Dew, the taste of berry blast. If you see Mountain Dew Baja Blast, it is the exact same thing. By this, we have screwed the Taco Bell stock market by 1%. So buy the new Glacier Dew, aka Mountain Dew Baja Blast, today.
Hey, welcome back. This is DJ Fred Steffen here coming at you with the Hangover 2 review. Well, everyone saw Hangover and we loved it. It earned multiple perfect reviews, so what should you expect from the sequel? Well, in number 2, Stu, played by Ed Helms, he gets married, and Phil, played by Bradley Cooper, and Doug, played by Mike Epps, find out, and Stu doesn't want to have a bachelor party, so Phil convinces him to have a bachelor party in IHOP, and then they talk about what's going to happen during the marriage, and they find out that Alan, played by Zach Galifianakis, isn't coming. So they go to his house, and then they end up going, then everything goes nuts. They lose Stu's fiance's brother in Bangkok, and it's a really awesome experience. But it is not without its faults. It's almost an exactly reskinned Hangover, but it's still hilarious, but, not as good as the first. So to summarize, it's like Rambo 2. It's the same as the first, but, still awesome. And here comes DJ Nathan. Hey, this is DJ Fred again coming at you, and like always, we're going to end on the lighter side with a poem found scratched into a bench at the model campsite by 2 people named Evan and Jeff. Be rest twice was white, counting fried bacon. Isa, Childa, Lisa, water, soy sauce, propane, now. Hemp charred before V, catch to run. P, Stinley, best not, were not. Fruity tooty, 2 L's, like not poked. KFC, Don, Danny, thing, house, sniper, id, another 2 L's. You had eyes, stopped, due to skeff, shall, semen, scaffolding, cap, others, that BC, burrito, KFC, exclamation point. And now a quick word from our sponsors and then back to the music.
On the date of December 30th, 2011, there will be a helicopter expo in Ontario, Canada. Then, a day later, the expo will be in Alberta, Canada. The cheapest one is $30,000. Pilots sold separately. So come to the helicopter expo on December 30th.
She was a seaside sitting, just smoking and drinking on ringside, on top of the world, oh yeah. She had a drink in her hand, she had her toes in the sand, whoa, what a beautiful girl, ah yeah. One sweet talking honey with a little bit of money, so don't your head around. Creature from the sea with the looks to me like she liked to fool around. What a snappy little mammy, gonna keep a pappy happy and accompany me to the ends of the earth. Ah, yeah. So I said, here I am, they know, man of the world, no. special plans. Special plans. All the bills are paid. I got it made in the shade, and all I need is the woman. Understand? For the sweet talking honey with a little bit of money, she turn your head around. A bitch from the sea with the looks to me like she liked to fool around. Here I am, ain't no man of the world, no. All I need is a beautiful girl. Ah, yeah, beautiful girl. Oh, come this way, baby. Sit down right here. Ooh la la. I think I got it now. Now I'm a seaside sitting, just a smoking and a drinking. I'm ringside. I'm top of the world. Top of the world. I got a drink in my hand. I got my toes in the sand. All I need